powerful and emotional ceremonies across the country today on this National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. Thousands gathered at a ceremony in Ottawa. An estimated 6,000 children died in residential schools, and more than 150,000 Indigenous children were forced to attend. Among them, Jackie Pizendawatch, stripped of her language, culture, and dignity.
According to them, we were dirty Indians. They cut our hair. They throw us in the bathtub because wash the Indianness out of us, scrubbing us. It didn't work. They wanted to kill the Indian and the child.
In cities from coast to coast, reflections on a dark legacy and how to find a path forward. CTV's Adrian Ghobrial leads us off tonight with the report card on reconciliation.
Residential school survivor Chief Harvey McLeod remembers the day the Truth and Reconciliation Commission released its final report in 2015, outlining 94 calls to action.
Here I seen a paper and a document and a process with recommendations that said this is how we're going to work with you.
Jonathan Hamilton Daibo, the grandson of a residential school survivor, remembers the day as well.
There was this aspect of, finally, people know.
For Daibo, it was a national acknowledgement that what his grandfather experienced at the Carlisle Indian School in Pennsylvania wasn't an isolated incident south of the border. For McLeod, it was a step towards healing. Though the Assembly of First Nations are urging the Government of Canada to advance progress towards fully implementing the calls to action.
Our numbers indicate that 80% of those that are either in the exclusive jurisdiction of the federal government or shared responsibility are in progress.
Many Indigenous peoples and survivors, when they hear the government saying, oh, we're working on it, oh, it's in process, they know what that means. They know it means that nothing is happening.
The federal Liberals say that through their work, 132 First Nation communities have had their boil water advisories lifted, though approximately 30 still don't have clean drinking water. In a first world country, some are still enduring third world conditions.
I can't imagine any mainstream Canadian town or village being without water for 20 years. That has occurred in this country for a First Nation.
Where would you rate where we are today with the 94 recommendations?
Reconciliation is not this finish line. And I think people are looking for this final check mark to say, we're done, the race is done, who's important in this? The survivors. This is a big part of what we have to keep thinking about.
One call to action is for all levels of government to work together to collect the copies of all records relevant to the history and legacy of the residential school system. That has yet to be fulfilled for survivors like Chief Harvey McLeod.
It took me a long time to reconcile with little Harvey.
As a young boy, McLeod was sexually assaulted at the former Kamloops Indian Residential School, where as many as 215 potential unmarked burials of Indigenous children were discovered. For McLeod, the calls to action are a path to peace for the child he once was.
Now it's time that he rejoins with me and allow myself to be that little kid and be that little kid all over again.
For there to be true reconciliation, there must also be truth. And one truth shared by many we spoke with is they simply don't feel safe in the presence of police. The Assembly of First Nations says that in recent weeks, officers have allegedly been involved in the killing of 9 Indigenous individuals. Omar.
All right, Adrian, thank you.